CED 850 was written specifically for commissioners in the crossroads of the West Council. And this was developed by working with members of the Commissioner College Committee, the things that they wanted to see and the things that they knew might be issues in our council regarding to roundtables. So I'm excited to bring this information to you, and I'm hopeful that it's very useful. Okay. So the course objectives for this particular course, at the end of a training, the commissioner should be able to focus roundtable to serve unit leaders, effectively promote roundtables and tailor content to increase attendance, deliver roundtable in a format that maximizes attendance, and provide a well-executed, well-planned roundtable. The very first thing that I want to talk about is that roundtable is unit service. And this course focus, it's going to focus really on 6 specific areas to fulfill the course objectives that I just mentioned. And the first one is a reminder that roundtable is unit service. The main purposes of roundtable, as you may know or would like to be reminded, are to provide and capture information, the give and take of information, to offer current program training, and to provide networking opportunities. So when skillfully executed, the roundtable experience will inspire and motivate and enable unit leaders to provide a stronger program for their youth. So how does roundtable provide unit service? Yeah, it definitely helps train unit leaders. Yeah, it provides them with training and information that they need to be more effective. Roundtable is directed toward unit leaders, and it does get information to the units. Yeah, unit leaders, when you think about it, unit leaders come to roundtable to get solutions to problems, and they'll often bypass their unit commissioner and come straight to roundtable with a problem, because they know that on the 3rd Wednesday of the month, that roundtable commissioner is going to be there consistently to answer those questions. And so roundtable commissioners are in a position to answer questions and be there on that same night of the month, so that unit leaders know that they can have their questions answered. It provides unit service through networking, supplemental training, and feedback for continuous improvement. When a unit leader offers feedback, then a roundtable commissioner can then modify roundtable to provide a better experience for everyone. Other comments that we've gotten are, it's a place that unit leaders can gather to discuss their situations, and that's absolutely true. And yeah, and they can take things home that they can use that week or that month in their units. So roundtable provides a valuable unit service, and there are other commissioner college courses that focus on this. But this is a really important thing to remember, is that we're there to serve the units. It's not what I wake up in the morning and feel like sharing. It's about what they need and about serving units. So the next thing is encouraging attendance. And that seems to be the number one question regarding roundtable. Everyone always wants to know how to increase attendance at roundtable. And unfortunately, there's not a one-word answer, but there's a multifaceted answer to increasing attendance at roundtable. The very first question you should ask yourself is, who should attend? Who should be attending roundtable? So put those answers in the chat. Who should be at roundtable? Well, yes, absolutely. That's the correct answer. You can list every position in the book, but the correct answer is yes, everyone. So if everyone is attending or needs to attend roundtable, they should attend roundtable, then is there content for all leaders? That's something to think about when you're planning your roundtables. That doesn't mean that there needs to be a breakout for each type of leader. There doesn't need to be a committee chair leader breakout or a scoutmaster breakout or every type of breakout, but it means that there should be content applicable to each type of leader at roundtable each month. So that's a great thing to use as your hot topic and your safety moment, to make sure that there's something applicable to everyone. Does roundtable break down the silos between positions? Are we keeping Cub leaders completely separate from Scout leaders. It's useful to let them mix together and network together and meet together, because Cub Scouts need Scouts BSA and vice versa. And we need venturing and we need Sea Scouts. They shouldn't be, down the street on another night. We all need each other. So breaking down the silos at Roundtable is important. Everyone facing specific challenges that are being addressed at Roundtable should attend Roundtable. So if you're having a discussion on a particular issue and units are struggling with this issue, invite them specifically to attend so that they know that you'll be covering that topic. Have a big focus of Roundtable. If the focus is providing unit service, then it's not what you or I want, it's what the units need and what they want. So that big focus is important. Remember that enthusiasm and hands-on activities are your friend, because people like to be active and engaged. And if you think that the time has passed for hands-on activities because of virtual roundtables, that's simply not the case. If you share in advance a list of supplies that are needed, then people from home can participate in those activities as well by providing their own supplies. All right, so these are ways to encourage attendance. And going right along with that is the very important need for promotion. And so this is where I'm going to ask another question, is how do you promote your roundtable? Hopefully you know how your district promotes its roundtables, and if you would add those to the chat, I would be very interested to see what your district does to promote roundtable. Okay, we're getting some answers. Hopefully I'll see a few more. I'm seeing email and newsletters, texts, email and unit through promotion through unit commissioners, reminder emails, emails to all registered leaders, phone calls, Facebook or social media. Yeah, those are really great answers. Yeah, unit commissioners personally invite leaders. That is definitely the best way to invite anyone to do anything, is to ask them personally to attend. So what is your advertising strategy? Is it just emails? Is it emails and phone calls? I love the personal invitations. For unit commissioners to personally invite people. I think that's a fantastic answer. But really the big answer is to use multiple channels multiple times to reach your audience. So people forget things, people are busy, people put things on their calendars, but they still manage to forget. So using multiple channels multiple times to reach people is a great way to reach everyone. In addition to that, some people use social media and some people don't. Some people don't check their email. Some people only check social media. Some people, when they want information, they'll go to the newsletter or they'll go to the website. And so you want to make sure when you're advertising and promoting your roundtable to advertise multiple times during the month and in multiple different ways, so that you're reaching all of the people who are communicating in different formats. This is very much like exercises in the communication merit badge, where you're talking about all different kinds of communication and the best ways to communicate. And in this case, promoting roundtable, you want to promote it in multiple different ways, multiple different times, so that people will remember and they'll know to come to roundtable. It's amazing how many reminders people actually need. So as a way to help, on the roundtable support page, the Commissioner Roundtable support page, we've put together some fillable roundtable promotion documents, and hopefully some of you have seen them. This document allows you to, there are 6 of them that you can download, but it allows you to add information for your promotion, like the date and time, and you can add the Zoom link if there's a link, or an address if it's in person. You can add the information on the hot topic and the safety moment and what's being discussed in your different breakouts. This PDF can then also be shared in your newsletter, on your website. You can be sent through email and social media. And yes, it's definitely it has some of the work already done for you. So all you have to do is fill that in and then send that out and use that as part of your promotion. So this one is definitely pressing the easy button to use that. So those are available. One of my favorite tools for roundtables is the Roundtable support page. I go to that page all the time. That's where the hot topics and the safety moments are found, in addition to upcoming information and then helpful tools like these fillable PDF promotion documents that you can use. They're bright, they're colorful, and they're easy to use. It's important to let people know what's being discussed or addressed at Roundtable so that if they look at that hot topic and they say, I really need to know about that, I need to make sure that I'm at Roundtable this month. And the last part of promotion is, if leaders don't attend Roundtable, do you ask them why? Do you reach out and say, why weren't you at Roundtable? Was it just because you didn't know, or was it because the information, you weren't interested in the information? Find out why they aren't addressed at Roundtable and then address that in your district commissioner meetings so that you can increase the effectiveness of Roundtable. Because remember that Roundtable is about unit service. It's about serving units. So you want to make sure that you're providing what units need. Okay, so that's promotion. So we have attendance and promotion, and they kind of go hand in hand. You're working together. The next one is to meet unit leaders where they are. And meeting unit leaders where they are means holding Roundtable in a way that enables the most number of people to attend. So right now, because again, I'm curious if you'll write down in the chat how you're holding your Roundtable. Are you holding them in person only, or a hybrid Roundtable, or virtually only? I would like to know how you are attending Roundtable. So we have some hybrid Roundtables, we have some virtual Roundtables. Both in person are great. And I guess I should have asked this to begin with. Do you have a preference? Is there something that you like best? Do you like in-person Roundtables best? Do you like being able to Zoom best? What in person? Okay, yeah, I like in person too. Oh, and okay, and Todd prefers virtual. Both. I think there are definitely pros and cons to virtual, and there's pros and cons to in person. Another thing that the Roundtable team, the National Roundtable team, is looking at is hybrid Roundtables with in-person satellites. And as you know, in our council, we have some very large geographic districts. And so it would allow you to meet with scout leaders in your area and then Zoom in together to a central location. So you're having some in-person satellite locations that are then meeting with everyone else virtually. So that's another way to hold Roundtable. It's definitely hard to get away from home for in-person Roundtables. I completely understand that. Virtual is extremely convenient. That is absolutely true. And it's nice because I can have a front row seat with virtual every time, because I'm short, and when I sit in the back, I can't always see what's happening. So I definitely like the convenience of virtual, but it is nice to be able to network and meet with people in person. So so we have in-person Roundtables, hybrid type Roundtables, hybrid with satellite locations. There's a lot of ways that you can hold your Roundtables. Some tools for success for meeting unit leaders where they are is poll the people in your district and find out what type of Roundtable that they're interested in having, what is most convenient for them. Because if Roundtable's unit service, it's about serving those units and meeting them where they are. On the Commissioner Roundtable support page, there is a new best practices for hybrid Roundtables available for download. So you can download that best practices PDF and use that to help plan and implement your Roundtables. That's new. That's just up in the last month or so. The team was putting that together. It took a little bit, but that's up and available for use if you're interested in that. After Roundtable, follow up with participants with a recap of the information that was shared. This shows those who don't attend what they missed, that you care, and provides them with the information. because Roundtable is linked to unit health. So getting the information to them is important, whether they were at Roundtable or not. And so providing them a recap or providing them the Roundtable, which they can view later on, is very important. The next one is meaningful content. So we started out with encouraging attendance and promotion, and then meeting unit leaders where they are. And the next is meaningful content. It's important to make Roundtable worth coming to. The discussion at Roundtable and presentation should be personal and include lots of interaction. The days when you could say, come to Roundtable, it will be so much fun, those are long gone. Scout leaders are looking for meaningful content when they come to Roundtable, in addition to the fun. So you can have fun, but also be providing that meaningful content that they're looking for. I remember my very first Roundtable. I was a brand new den leader, and I had called my mom to say, I'm not sure what I'm doing. I feel pretty lost. And she says, go to Roundtable. Well, I went to Roundtable, and what I got in the Cub Roundtable was a pack meeting plan. And I remember walking away feeling very much like my needs had not been met as a den leader, because I had learned how to do that month's pack meeting. So your experiences at Roundtable should be providing you the meaningful content and the training that you need, in addition to networking and the capturing and the giving of information. So I'm really pleased that Roundtable is moving toward unit service, and it has been for a number of years, in order to provide especially new leaders who are looking for that training, the content that they need, and for seasoned leaders to be able to provide information to those new leaders. It's a great place for give and take. So the first thing is subject matter experts. And I've worked with Cub Scouts and Scouts BSA age for a long time. For example, I could talk a lot about fire safety. I've seen lots of things, I've had lots of experiences, but I'm not a subject matter expert. I would want to bring into Roundtable a firefighter, or I'd want to zoom in to someone at a fire station as a subject matter expert and have them talk to that subject matter expert. That way, not only are we getting information from an expert, but we're also forging connections between unit leaders and the people at the fire station, firefighters, fire chief, so that they can set up field trips or have their scouts work on fire safety merit badge. That way those connections are being formed with the subject matter experts and not just with me, the Roundtable commissioner. The next one is to provide a well-prepared, well-executed Roundtable. National Roundtable content, as you know, shows up on the commissioner webpage just weeks before a particular month's Roundtable. And this is on purpose to provide Scout leaders with the most timely communication possible. And as National continues to get better at timely communication, please understand that the reasons that these topics come out so close to Roundtable is that they're the most current and relevant topics possible. For this reason, we've been discouraging an 18-month Roundtable plan. It's a lot easier to readjust a hot topic or a breakout content if your Roundtable plan is more nimble. So on the Roundtable website, there are plans for 3 to 6 months instead of those 12 to 18 months plans. It's also extremely important to leave wiggle room in case things pop up at the last minute. For example, we have a new Citizenship and Society Merit Badge that was just released on the 1st of November, which is very exciting. And this is something that would make a great hot topic, but it would be difficult to do if your Roundtable plan is locked into the next 18 months. So we have a comment. An expert has been under pressure, okay? And professionals are better for knowledge. Yeah, it's great to have subject matter experts. All right. So subject matter, just out of curiosity, do you guys use subject matter experts at Roundtable? Do you have people come in to speak specifically to different topics? Have you done that before? Firefighters are kind of a no-brainer because they come in and they'll do an awesome demonstration for you, and sometimes they'll let you try on the suit. But if you guys have had them come in, I'm curious what you've had. Mhm. Yeah, okay. So if you've done it in person, it's still definitely something that you can do virtually as well. So with our council scout nights, we'll bring in subject matter experts to talk directly to scouts, but that's definitely something you can do at Roundtable as well. Invite the mayor to speak at your roundtable, or invite any kind of subject matter to come in and talk at Roundtable to provide uh, that expertise that even though I know a lot about, I'm not an expert on. Yeah, definitely for things like search and rescue, for cycling, for cooking, for camping, you can bring in subject matter experts of any type to speak at your roundtables. That increases variety and interest, and it also provides that expertise. So let's number 3, we'll move on to number 3, include a welcome. So you remember that first roundtable I told you about, where I was kind of lost and I wasn't sure what was happening, and I learned about a PAC meeting plan, but I still didn't know how to run my den meeting. The thing that mattered though that day was that someone came and sat next to me and they helped me to feel welcome. So include that welcome feeling. There's a couple of things that you can do at Roundtable for this. Utilizing a council or a district new member coordinator and having them at Roundtable can be very, very helpful. They can be using the chat to visit with you if it's virtual, as almost as if they were sitting next to you, to ask if they have any questions or if they need anything, and to make them feel welcome. That welcome feeling keeps scout leaders coming back month after month when they know they have someone to sit by, or they know they have a friend. Also, modeling the new member coordinator position is at Roundtable means that leaders can take that back to their units, and they have some experience and can use that in their units as well. So that welcome feeling is very meaningful at Roundtable when different unit leaders want to feel welcome and included and involved at Roundtable. We have another comment. You could go to your own profession and make a recording, to share at a virtual Roundtable. Definitely create videos that could be shared at Roundtable. All right, and number 4 is to hold special events and trainings at Roundtable. A special event could include holding a rain gutter regatta at Roundtable to train den leaders and Cub Scout leaders how to hold one in case they've never done it before. Then they can take that knowledge back to their units, and then they can do their own rain gutter regatta. So that's an example of a special event that could be held at Roundtable and done with leaders. And it's a lot of fun, but it's also a great training. Does anyone have anything they want to add as far as meaningful content goes, in addition to the comments that we've had, which have been excellent on this topic?
I would just ask, how do we know what's meaningful to each unit? We have to find out. We have to ask. Yeah,
you definitely have to ask. Definitely. You can poll them, or you can chat with them before, during, or after a roundtable and ask what it is that they want and what they need. If the unit commissioners are going to their units and they know what's happening in their units and they can bring that information back to share, then you can tailor that content to that. But definitely finding out what they're looking for, what they need, is very important. Looking for useful information to take back to recreate in your unit is really important. So definitely meaningful content at Roundtable is important. So we can encourage attendance by letting people know what's happening. We can promote our roundtables in multiple ways, and we meet the leaders where they are and provide them with meaningful content. Oh, a reconnection night. That would be really successful. Yes. Yeah. Where scout leaders get to get back together in person. And that's just such a wonderful thing. So before I change to the next slide, think about this. You are competing for the time of your scout leaders. They have many things happening in their lives. They have sports and band concerts and family gatherings and the new show that was just released on Netflix that they really want to watch. Using the tools that I've outlined, you can let Scouters know that the information at Roundtable is going to be extremely important and valuable and meaningful, and it will be worth their time to make Roundtable their first priority. on that second Wednesday or first Thursday of the month. So remember that you're competing for their time, and you need to let them know why it's important to attend. A couple more comments. We had, looks like Thurston Peak had a scout night at the aquarium, which sponsors a unit, and that would be a great outing and filled with subject matter experts and lots of fun information. That would be a great thing to do. All right, moving on to focused unit customer service. Roundtable provides vital unit service with a heart. The focus of Roundtable is the unit leaders and how commissioners can provide the biggest, most positive impact on you. So be the heart. Unit leaders come to Roundtable to seek answers to their problems. Remember, they will often bypass their unit commissioner. They'll go right past them and go straight to the Roundtable commissioner. They take their issues directly to Roundtable because they know that commissioner is there for them consistently. These are the approachable commissioners that they know and have a relationship with. Building relationships. All commissioners working together serve unit leaders through the monthly Roundtable and consequently change the lives of scouts and their families. So before I move to the summary, I would like everyone, if you would just click on that link that I put in there for the bubble, I think it was the bubbles one. And I want you to open that PDF and look at it for a second. And think about some of the issues that your district, that the units in your district are facing. And I want you to think about a hot topic that you could have in your Roundtable that would help support your units, and a safety moment that would also be supporting some of the issues or needs that your units have. Think about a Cub Scout and a Scouts BSA breakout. If your Roundtable has a venturing or a Sea Scout breakout as well, include that. So take a few minutes, think about a hot topic, a safety moment, some breakout topics that would really be serving your units in your district at the December Roundtable. That's coming right up. Okay. All right, we've had many excellent answers in the chat. I just want to go through those really quickly. Different topics that could be discussed. A hot topic of the Citizenship and Society Merit Badge and Safety Moment, fire safety for Cold Scouts, online registration, recruiting youth and leaders, announcements for the district about upcoming events and their details, charter presentations, training courses and adventures at Philmont or other training programs, scout book training, outdoor snow safety, camps that are opening in the coming year, wood badge beating ceremonies, the new merit badge, winter camping, NYLT, OA information, journey to excellence, importance of wood badge, a hot topic, getting parents to volunteer within the troop, and safety recognizing and preventing hypothermia at Klondike Derby, Scouts breakout session, how to add variety to flag ceremonies while still keeping it classy. I like that. All right, does anyone have anything else that they would like to add? Outdoor ethics. Okay, excellent. All right, so this is a great way to plan Roundtable, is to be thinking about the needs of your units, things that are coming up, things that are relevant to them right now, and then planning your Roundtable around that. I wrote down recruitment as a hot topic and a buddy system for a safety moment, restarting field trips for Cub Scouts and the new merit badge for Scouts BSA. But there are no wrong answers here. There are only right answers and the things that are right for your units. So thanks, Joseph. How to build patrols that actually work. Yeah, exactly. There are a lot of great things that can happen at Roundtable and great trainings that happen at Roundtable. And so advertising, promoting your Roundtable, letting people know what is being shared at Roundtable, and then letting them know in multiple ways through multiple channels to come to Roundtable is an excellent way to get them there that night. In summary, so these were the course objectives. was to focus Roundtable to serve unit leaders. And I've definitely talked about serving unit leaders, effectively promoting your roundtables and tailoring your content to increase attendance, delivering Roundtable in a format that maximizes attendance, and providing a well-executed, well-planned Roundtable. So be the heart, build relationships, and change lives. And that's definitely what happens at Roundtables. Are there any questions or comments? And feel free to turn on your microphone, ask a question, or put it in the chat. Both are great.
I've got a question.
Sure.
Would Roundtable be a appropriate place to do like commissioning ceremonies for new commissioners so they can be recognized by their peers and people also know when there's a new volunteer amongst the adults?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great place to do that. I would definitely hold that sort of thing. And also wood badge meetings can be done at Roundtable. That's a great thing to do. Yes.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
It's always been my experience that, Cub Scout Roundtable is about modeling what, a good pack meeting is, having the breakout session for modeling what a den meeting can be. Can that be done virtually as well? Because I'm struggling with that one.
So the Cub Scout and the Scouts BSA format shifted at the beginning of last year to be the same. So when you go to your Cub Roundtable, you would have a hot topic and a safety moment, just like you would at Scouts BSA, instead of modeling a pack meeting.
Okay.
So that your different Cub Scout leaders are all getting relevant information for them and training and new information that's coming out. And then in the breakout, if you wanted to model a pack meeting, you would have a Cub Master committee chair breakout and do that in that breakout session. And then the den meetings would be done in the den leader breakouts, whether you're doing those individually, lion, wolf, bear, webelos, or if you're combining them, you could do that in the den leader breakout and then have a different breakout for your Cub Masters.
Great, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Annalise asked what she would like to know what people see as the hardest part of Roundtable right now.
Getting people to be there.
Yeah,
I think our council roundtables that we've had have been very effective and attended well. Maybe it's just by the same 10 people, so that makes it look the same, but it appears that that's helpful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know that there's another council roundtable coming up, and mixing council with district roundtables is a good thing. So if you're having a quarterly council roundtable and the others are district roundtables, those are very effective ways to bring people out. Assuming that people know when roundtable is and that they'll remember to come is not a great strategy. And so, like I said before, reminding them over and over and over again, and it might seem a little redundant, but it is necessary in today's busy lives to continue to remind them that there's roundtable.
Maddie,
yeah,
one of the things that I think we need to do, you mentioned that a lot of people are busy, they've got sporting events and we're competing with time. So just like with the council, as David mentioned about the council roundtable, one of the things that we've been trying to do, even with the commissioner colleges and stuff, is to try to make that information available on a moment's or as a needed basis. So this is my pitch for the YouTube. If you go to the council website, go to the YouTube. There's not only past commissioner colleges, the last or the only council-wide roundtable we've had is there to be watched. And we need to help people to see that that information is there and to be able to use that information to help people. So everybody that's on this meeting, we need to help people understand where the information is and how they can gain that. and be part of the resource to people. So there's my pitch. But I think, as you put in one of them, is taking the roundtable to the people. I think that's one way that we can do that.
Mhm.
And then, because we all have conflicts. The other thing that we're going to work on is making it available that if you can't make your roundtable and you want to hit one of them, that we'll have all of the roundtables that are being virtually done available for anybody to attend. So if you're in the Thurston Peaks and you can't make your night, you can go to Weber Rapids, or you can go to whichever one that is being done, and have a list for them to do that. Thank you.
Yeah, I like that very much. And I was just thinking while you were talking on those fillable PDFs, if you add a resources, add resources information so that they can go to that YouTube page or click on a link and then they can get previous roundtable information. That could be right there on your promotion document. So that's great. There's a comment from about getting a consistent centralized location to meet for roundtable. And if you don't have that, meet virtually, because you can meet virtually until you find a place. And it's actually okay to hold roundtable in a different location each month. The long distance roundtables College of Commissioner Science course, and I can't remember the number off the top of my head. It's a master's class. That one in that course, it talks about when you switch the location each month, then people in different areas of the district can attend easier because the drive time is shorter. And so you don't necessarily need to meet at the same place at the same time, or the same place each month. You can rotate and be flexible with that, again, to meet the needs of your unit leaders. So if you're meeting every other month on two different ends of your district, then it's easier for some people to meet in person that month, and then they'll meet virtually. That way you're seeing different people in person. And the next comment is, it's hard to get unit leaders to roundtable when their weekly meetings are on the same night. And I think that's a great comment that Alan made, that you can watch that roundtable later, or you can attend a different roundtable in another district so that you're still attending a roundtable and getting that pertinent information that you need. So are there any other questions or comments?
Did we talk about a lot of the troop resources? They have a whole segment of YouTube videos that are available for different parts. I don't know that came out. I think there's more resources than what we realize.
That's true. There are a lot of resources out there, and a lot of experienced leaders ready to share them with you. So definitely take advantage of that. Okay, well, thank you very much. I appreciate your time.